You just can't do a review of The Matrix without a pair of these. Whoa. Welcome back to a long dead segment that has been on my channel for a while that I have not resurrected, and it's time to resurrect it. My favorite movies, in which I tell you guys some of my favorite movies. I have a playlist right now on the homepage for my channel for my previous 4 videos in this segment if you'd like to learn more about some of my favorite movies. They're not in any type of descending or ascending order. There's no list. I do not have an all-time favorite movie, as so many people have asked me. I do, however, have favorites, and The Matrix is certainly one of them. Let's talk about it. The Matrix came out in 1999, and I'll never forget the way that it spread amongst pop culture, and particularly my friends. See, it looked cool. It was an intriguing looking movie, but no one really expected it to be as incredibly mind-blowing as it was in every way. It wasn't just a really awesome special effects driven film. It wasn't just a film that had really great kung fu fight sequences. It was a movie that had a really interesting philosophical story with tons and tons of meanings, metaphors, and honestly something that seemed slightly tangible in a very frightening way. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about spoilers for The Matrix. I'm not going to get too heavy with spoilers, but there's going to be some things in here that if you haven't seen the film that you might not want to know. I just want to warn you guys, but if you have not seen The Matrix, definitely see it. It is worth your time, without a doubt, if you are a fan of movies. See, the trailers for this movie were so great because they didn't give away the fact that The Matrix is this fake reality that we're supposed to believe is real, and that we can be unplugged from that, and the real world is a place where mankind has been devastated by our own creation of artificial intelligence. And The Matrix in the film is described as a computer artificially based system. And just like any computer or any other artificially based anything, you can bend the rules a little bit. You can change things, which gives the filmmakers the excuse to be able to have people jumping and flying and flipping in slow motion, dodging bullets and everything. And it was like the most smart and tech-savvy way to be able to make a kick-ass action movie and do anything you want and have it actually be plausible. If you've ever actually sat down and read the Wachowski brothers script for The Matrix, it's incredible the amount of detail that they put in to the description of the action. Because if you ever do any script reading, you will find that a lot of scripts do not take the time to describe the action. It will say 2 characters fight, 2 characters chase each other, or something very boring like that. If you actually open the script to the most famous bullet time sequence in The Matrix, where Neo bends backwards and the bullets fly over him, the way they described that in the script was just like reading a novel. It was so awesome to be able to read a script that was just as interesting as watching a movie, because they took so much time, the Wachowskis did, in writing this script, and so much care, and not just the awesome action sequences, but the characters in this movie. One of the reasons this first Matrix film was so much more well received than its 2 sequels is because of the fact that it understood that the action was just an addition to character and to story. Because I rewatched this film 2 days ago in preparation for this review, and one of the things that surprised me so much about it was I forgot how suspenseful the film actually is. There's a lot of really great tension that builds and builds as this movie progresses to the finale, which is this giant action extravaganza. And some people were like, well, it just went into the cliched shootout and big end fight sequence and then a chase sequence and blah blah blah. But the fact of the matter is, a movie can offer tons of cliched elements and tons of tropes that we've seen before, but if it presents it in a different and intriguing way like The Matrix did, it's extremely successful. This is by far, in my opinion, Keanu Reeves' best performance. And, you know, he's given performances in the past where you're like, ooh, no. I love Keanu Reeves though. He's like, people have described him as the most likable bad actor on the planet. I like the guy in real life too. He seems like a really cool guy, but here he's just perfect for this role of Neo, and he really commits to the action scenes as well, which is something else the Wachowskis did a great job in regards to their directing duties, because you see Hugo Weaving and Laurence Fishburne and Carrie-Anne Moss and Keanu Reeves kicking butt on screen, and you know it's them because the shot lingers on them for a long time and it pans in on them as they're doing these incredible fight moves. And the music by Don Davis was also a great addition to this movie, the way he used the different sections of the orchestra to reflect off one another to create that really great echoing sound. The movie definitely has a lot of Christ metaphors, that's for sure. I mean, Neo is the one, and by the way, if you rearrange Neo, you get one, just a little thought there. He's the one prophesied to come back and save everyone. And while that can sometimes be heavy-handed in other films where it's like, just pounding you over the head with its visual metaphors. It doesn't feel that way in this movie. Now, I'll never forget the way this movie affected my friends and I back in the late 90s and early 2000s. We made so many short films in which we tried to emulate The Matrix, and since you guys are awesome, I'm going to show you a little tiny clip from one of our Matrix short films. It's only a few seconds long because that's only as much as I'm going to show you, but here you go. This is us trying to do a Matrix fight back in, like, I think it was the year 2000. I'm not in this clip, it's two of my friends. Yeah. We really loved The Matrix. That was one of the coolest things about the movie, was that it was able to tell such an interesting story, but somehow still appeal to kids who like to see people jump around and punch each other. I think The Matrix has one of the best first acts ever in a movie, culminating when he wakes up in the liquid pool and he sees all of the bodies. That first act that ended with that was so incredibly powerful, and one of the most surprising first acts I had ever seen in a movie, even back in the 90s. And this is one of the things I've been trying to emphasize lately, is that you gotta stop ruining movies in trailers, because The Matrix was an experience. In theaters, people were shocked. It was like the ending of The Sixth Sense, except 45 minutes into it. It was so incredibly awesome. The Matrix has amazing action sequences that to this day are not rivaled and are continuously copied over and over again. Back in the early 2000s, The One with Jet Li, a movie called The One featuring bullet time, it was such a blatant copy off of The Matrix. So many movies copied off this movie, and not one, even its sequels, have come to being as good as this film. The story is absolutely solid. The script is incredibly well written. The acting is good. The music is good. The action's incredible. The Matrix, without a doubt, deserves an A+. I'm going to try to do more of these videos in which I tell you guys some of my favorite movies, because they're a lot of fun to let you guys kind of know what really are the films that inspired me a lot and ones that really got my mind going a lot when I was younger. I also want to tell you guys about something pretty cool. This website called warbyparker.com actually sent me these sunglasses and said, hey, you're doing a Matrix review? You want to wear some of our sunglasses in them? And I said, actually, that'd be pretty freaking awesome. The coolest thing is they actually sent me 5 pairs, which is amazing. This is something this website does. They send you 5 home try-on pairs of sunglasses or regular glasses that you can wear for free and see which ones you want to pick. They're very cheap, they're very stylish. And when they contacted me, I said, that is pretty awesome. I really, really like what they're doing. One of the coolest things these guys are doing is the fact that when you purchase a pair of these, it helps a child in need or an adult in need in another foreign country who cannot afford to get glasses or sunglasses for themselves. That is one of the coolest things that Warby Parker does, and that's one of the reasons I'm very proud to be working on a promotion with them for these glasses. If you want to go to warbyparker.com/Chris, warbyparker.com/Chris, you can order these 5 sunglasses to try on at home for free and see which ones you like, and then let them know which ones you like. They're very cheap, they're very reasonable, and the fact that they do that charity work I just think is so awesome. Guys, thanks so much for watching my review of The Matrix, and I will try to do more of these. I will. I have a lot of reviews to do this week. I'm going to have a review for Edge of Tomorrow pretty soon, and Maleficent as well. Thanks as always for watching, guys, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.